And what is a Labour government doing to help? A record financial settlement over the next 3 years, the largest since devolution, funding Northern Ireland above its level of relative need. On top of this, £46 million a year of UK government funding to support local growth, £30 million announced last month for Northern Ireland's science and tech sectors, the investment that will come through our new defence industrial strategy, taking all steps necessary to strengthen Northern Ireland's place in the UK internal market. And in May, following the trade deals with the United States of America and India, we reached a new agreement with the European Union. Now, Conference, the Tories' Brexit deal actually made it harder to trade with our biggest, nearest and most important trading partner, and it created a unique problem in Northern Ireland. Now, the Windsor Framework, to which we are committed, seeks to deal with this. But be in no doubt that an SPS agreement with the EU will benefit firms and consumers across the United Kingdom and in Northern Ireland by cutting red tape on the movement of food and drink products. And while we've been getting on with all of this, what does Nigel Farage say? He wants to scrap the whole deal with the European Union. Extraordinary. Damage to the economy, damage to businesses, simply because of a destructive ideology, and inexplicable to firms and farmers who can't wait for this new agreement to take effect. And that's not all. Conference, the Good Friday Agreement enabled Northern Ireland to move away from the bloody and brutal trauma of the Troubles towards peace and progress. It was, without doubt, the greatest achievement of the last Labour government. It took courage. It took patient negotiation. And yet, what does Nigel Farage want to do? He actually wants to undermine the Good Friday Agreement by walking away from the European Convention on Human Rights. And after all that the people of Northern Ireland have been through, I cannot think of anything more irresponsible. It's wrong, it's reckless, and we've got to make sure it never, ever happens. And how do we do that? By taking on reform for their revelling in grievance, their relentless desire to divide, and their willingness to tear things down. And by us, Conference, standing together, getting on with the things we promised so that we can put our case to the people at the next election. Now, Conference, dealing with the legacy of the Troubles is hard. And that's why, for so long, it has been the unfinished business of the Good Friday Agreement. The Tories' Legacy Act was roundly rejected by victims and the courts in Northern Ireland. We need to help those families who lost loved ones in Northern Ireland and right across the United Kingdom, including over 200 military families who are still searching for answers. A fortnight ago, the Taoiseach Simon Harris and I announced an agreement on a UK-Ireland joint framework. The Irish government will legislate to ensure full cooperation with a reformed Legacy Commission, and I will soon bring forward legislation to implement our manifesto commitment to repeal and replace the Legacy Act. And we will also introduce rights and protections never included in the Tories' legislation that will apply to any Northern Ireland veteran. After all, our veterans sacrificed so much to protect the people of Northern Ireland and to help bring about that peace. And I want also